the sound machine, and I'll do the applause like this.
Right.
Like I was telling you, I have some of that programmed into my Stream Deck, but it's not available for this.
I got you. Well, I bring my own applause with me. So.
Oh, right on. We're live. Hey, this is Straturday night. We're going to have a great time, you guys. So smash that thumbs up. We're at 9 thumbs ups. And yeah, tune in. All right. This is Straturday Night Live. Here we go. There we go. It's that simple.
There we go. What's up?
What's up, man? What's up? By the way, you can see me, right?
I can see you, yes.
Okay, good. Because for some reason, I did like 20 minutes of a show recently, and the guys that were on with me were like, Johnny, you ever going to turn your camera on? And I'm like, what? I had no idea that the camera, like I could see me, but they couldn't see me. It was weird.
Right. Well, as long as everybody can see me, we're good.
Okay, everybody can see you. And hey, welcome you guys. OU812 from the chat is here tonight. Ryan is his name, or the name he's going by.
One of my many names. Yeah.
Awesome. And look at that. I mean, we can see behind you some awesome, incredible setup here.
Yeah, there's a few things back there.
Oh, man. Look at that. I'm going to have to redo my whole setup, man. Dang. That's amazing. Well, hey, we can talk about talk about a lot of that stuff. We've got some guitars to talk about. Just different things, rock music related. By the way, if you're brand new to this, my name is Johnny Beane, and this is what we call Straturday Night Live. It's where we just talk rock music, rock guitar. We might, I don't know. Who knows what we're going to do? But tune in, smash that thumbs up, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. And I do a lot of giveaways. And I just happened to find Pascal. Pascal mentioned to me in comments, I see you on my phone. Hey, Pascal from France is watching us from Facebook. Pascal, welcome, welcome, Pascal. So yeah, we do giveaways and stuff, and I just happened to find not one, not two, but 3 Van Halen Frankenstein guitar picks. And there's Ned. There he is. Hey, man. Ned's here. I found 3 of these. So we'll spin. We'll spin the wheel. We'll give away 3 of these tonight. Whoops. Okay, 2. I just dropped one. I'll find it. We're giving away 3 of these. All you got to do is participate in the chat. Say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. Have a conversation with your neighbor in the chat there, like Rico B, like CC, like John Moronic, channel member. Just, say hi in the chat, and you'll be entered, and we will spin a few times, if I can find that other one. Oh, Ned found it. Ned, grab that. Grab that for me, man. Okay. So, yeah. So, we'll do that. But, hey, let's start this off right. We have... Oh, Ryan, did you know we have channel members here?
I did know that.
On Johnny Beane TV, on YouTube. We have a channel membership program where basically you help support the channel. In some cases, you help run the channel. It's very cool. And the top tier are the executive producers. And they are, if I can find the card... They are currently Stephen Franklin, Michael Smith, Music Therapy Laz, Majestic PB and J Cat, Thomas Santiago, Guitar Man 45, Sherman Callahan, Thomas Santiago, John Moronic, R. Habs, David Allen Wright, Warlag, and Michael B. Live. That's the top tier of channel members here on Johnny Beane TV here on YouTube. And again, if you'd like to become a channel member, click that join button below the 13 thumbs ups currently. Thank you so much, you guys. And let's see what else. We have channel membership, but if you're watching this on a replay, if you'd like to help support the channel, you can do so with something that is called Super Thanks. It's basically it's like dropping like a super chat on a pre-recorded video, or a VOD, I guess is what you call them. It's a way to help support the channel. And by the way, any comment you leave on any video as a super thanks gets pinned to the top of that video, and it gets like highlighted, so it like super sticks out. So if anybody's watching an older video on the channel here and they check out the comment section and they see your comment, well, they will see it. They're guaranteed to see it because it'll be the first comment right there in the comment section. So that's a way you can help support the channel. And let's see, what else? What else do we normally do? The lights, the Guitar Moir. That's a way you can help support this channel as well. Any super chats will change the color of those lights in real time. It's like a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing. You'll only see it on this channel here. It's like it's magic, I guess. I guess that's the easiest way I can explain that. But we're also live on Facebook, Johnny Beane TV Facebook page, where we have what are called Facebook Stars, which is it's like a super chat, but on the Facebook side. It's pretty cool. And I know our friend Pascal is watching from Facebook, because I just got his comment from there. So Pascal, let me know which page you're watching from, because we're live tonight on many, many different pages. We're live on YouTube, Johnny Beane TV. We're live on Facebook, Johnny Beane TV Facebook page. We're also live in the exclusively Van Halen group at 62,000 members. We're live in the EVH Gear Live group, EVH Gear Live page, Johnny Beane TV group as well, where I think there's like 1,000 members in there. Let's see. And then something that I've been pushing lately, and we've been live over there for quite a while, but things are really, really starting to heat up over there. It's awesome. We're also live on Twitter. So you can actually tweet, I think underneath, possibly under the video that we're actually live, the video that we're live on. Okay. I can't talk, Ryan. It's okay, though. It's all right.
We're good. You ever feel like an auctioneer trying to get all these words out? Really
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
And hey, actually, I'm in Lala. Janice just commented on Twitter just now. I got the reply from Janice. Janice is watching us on Twitter right now. So this is awesome. So we can actually help build the audience over on Twitter. That's something I've been trying to do for like, I don't know, 12, 13 years. So this is cool. This is cool. So if you're watching us on Twitter, you can comment. We'll get your comments. And follow me on Twitter. And send me a tweet. I'll follow you back because I can follow more people now, which is awesome. I was like stuck where I couldn't follow anybody for a while. Cody Van Halen followed me. You know who Cody Van Halen is?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Janie's Pomeranian. Followed me on Twitter, and I couldn't even follow him back because I'd hit the limit of following. But I can follow people back now. So
I've never used the Twitter. The only tweets that I do are usually these.
Oh my goodness! Hey, Stephen Franklin, I see you, man. You're a channel member. Your name is in green. Yeah. So, hey, follow me on Twitter, at Johnny Beane. Send me tweets, and I can tweet back to you. So this is awesome. So see, the show, the channel, it's growing. Johnny Beane TV, the brand, is growing. We're branching out. We're everywhere now. Eventually, we'll be live on LinkedIn as well, which I'm going to have to put on a tie and look very serious.
Get the tuxedo out,
for those shows, yeah. Are you on LinkedIn?
I am not. No.
Ah, it's cool. It's a cool place. So hey, dude, Ryan,
what's up?
Great. Thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Oh, dude, you're welcome. You're welcome, man. And I mean, because I've seen you in the chat for quite a while as OU812.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
that was. Go ahead.
I like how you have that spelled out. I'd noticed that.
That
as
was
an OU8.
Yeah. Well, it was purposefully done because, the album OU812, nobody really ever thought about that. And then once you break it down, OU812, supposedly that was to David Lee Roth's Eat 'em and Smile. They came out with OU812,
Uh-huh.
So I thought it was, kind of cool that they did that. If that's true, who knows?
It is kind of a coincidence, and that happened a few times in a row. Or a couple few times in a row that kind of happened. So I maybe that stuff was kind of
who knows?
Kind of planned out.
One of the Van Halen myths. Who knows?
Yeah, but anyway, great to meet you. We've actually been talking a lot over in the Discord.
Yeah, I met a couple of the guys, CC, Robot, Robbie, Amanda, hanging out over there. Yeah, it's been fun.
We hang out over there pretty much every night. Every night I'm over there. I'm usually... Thank you for following me, Terry. I see you on Twitter. Thank you so much. I'm usually live over on Twitch playing GTA, Grand Theft Auto, like every night. And we're live in one of the voice channels in the Discord where people can just come over and they can just hang out and talk with us while we're playing the game. You can actually watch us play the game. And it's not just me. There's like several of us in the game, like planning heists and doing all kinds of crazy things. But we also talk about guitars and music and it's just kind of, it's like I said, it's an extension of what we're doing here.
It's like a continuation, yeah.
It's a continuation. It's a little different. But anyway, follow me on Twitch if you have an account.
It's super fun to watch you continually get run over by different players and such in the game.
Dude, I have a great time over there. By the way, you can subscribe for free using Amazon Prime. It's very, very easy to do. Yeah. And I wear the same outfit. Normally I wouldn't be wearing this jacket on this show. You see me wearing this jacket every night on Twitch because my character is wearing a red jacket, same hat and glasses. I basically look just like my character in the game, right? But I normally wouldn't wear this here. Usually I'd put on like my jean jacket or something else, but it's so cold in here that I just got to do it. But now I'm getting hot now that I said that. So
temperature dropping where you are, huh?
Oh, man. It's like, let's see. Oh, by the way, I'm in Santa Cruz. Let's see. It's November 12th, 2022. It's 11:16 p.m. Eastern, 8:16 Pacific, out here in Santa Cruz, where the temperature is currently about 50 degrees, which is pretty cold for here.
It's about what we have here in Atlanta area. Starting to cool off for us.
I've never been to Atlanta.
It's a great place.
I've heard about it. Is that where you guys... Wait, no, I'm thinking Nashville. I was thinking of those hot chicken things. That's Nashville. But Atlanta, don't... Yeah, it gets really hot there though too, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Hot Atlanta. That's the
Hot Atlanta. That's what I was gonna think of. Yeah.
Yep. And evidently we're the peach state, but I don't ever see peaches that are grown here, so they're always from California or something. So I don't know where that comes from. Who knows?
Yeah. Man. Well, hey, let's say hello. We got about 40 people in here.
Yeah. CC says he's got a brother that lived there near me in DeKalb. Yeah, that's not far away at all.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Hey, yo. Hey, Mitch Allen. Thank you for following me on Twitter. Dude, this is great, man. I think I'm going to do this every week. I'm going to do this show. I've decided.
You're going to keep doing it from... Yeah.
I'm going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going. Are there any badgers in Atlanta?
Badgers? Not that I've seen, no. If there were, the coyotes have probably eaten them.
Oh, my goodness. James G, channel member, says, I thought Georgia was... Huh?
Yeah, that's what Georgia they say. Yeah,
is the peach state.
Yeah, that's what they say. Peach state.
Hey, Tony. Welcome, Tony. We're seeing a lot of new names in here. Hello from Seattle. Hey, welcome, man. Yeah, let us know where everybody's watching from tonight. Just let us know in the chat. That's where I type out Santa Cruz. And by the way, anybody, as long as you mention in the chat anything, you'll be entered to win an EVH Frankenstein guitar pick. I've got 3 of them to give away tonight. We'll be spinning a little later on. And
I've got the 5150 picks, but it's all worn down, so you can't see the stripes anymore.
No. So you actually use those then?
I do, yeah.
Right.
I like they've got the texture on them, so I like them quite a bit, and they look badass. So
yeah. So what are you using? The same gauge that Eddie used?
Yeah. I use the gray ones as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
I figured, to get his tone, you got to use his picks, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's all in the pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with the fingers.
Yeah. So, okay, so let's go back then. Let's learn a little more about you. When did you? Well, I'm gonna assume you probably got into Van Halen first and then got into the guitar, or it could have been the other way around. But how did you get into both?
Well, yeah, I mean it's kind of the similar story that you hear from a lot of people. You hear Eruption and all that for the first time, and you're like, "Holy cow, what is that?" I want to figure out how to do that. And that's exactly what it was. My brother introduced me to Van Halen. Put the album on. I remember Running with the Devil went first, and then I heard Eruption, and it was just like, wow, that's amazing. So then, growing up as a kid, I remember just being mesmerized by the stripes on the guitar, and I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. So. We got a guitar. First thing I started trying to do was figure out, how to do the Eruption thing. And I would actually take a pick and I would use the pick on the string. And I thought that's how he was doing it. So then it was the drum solo in Live Without a Net that my brother put on. He says, check this out. This drum solo is just awesome. He gets to a part where he sounds like it's a Harley Davidson engine running, and you can't even see his hands moving. So he showed me that, and I'm like, I want to see the rest of it, So after I saw that, I was just like, yeah, this is what I got to do. I got to build me a guitar that looks like that. I got to sound like that. That's the tone that I want. And yeah, still struggling to this day to play like Eddie. Yeah. But the one thing that I noticed, when I watched Live Without a Net, was just the amount of just sheer joy that I could see from him when he played. Mm-hmm. And that's the same kind of feeling that I get when I play, a lot of his riffs or whatever. It's just makes me smile, makes me happy. I spend an ungodly amount of money to put a big smile on my face, and it's worth every single penny. So,
man, well, we'll get into your rig a little later, because we're all dying to know what you got there. But so did you got into Van Halen in like when the first record came out then, or?
No, it had been out for a while. It was probably around 83, I think, that I started listening. And then 1984 came out. Obviously, I wore that cassette. I had the Walkman. I would go to sleep with the headphones on, listening to.
I would do that in school. I'd go to sleep with the Walkman on of 84, but I was in class.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Yeah,
I can remember cutting the grass as a kid, listening to it, flipping it, finishing that side, flipping it back over, and just listening to it nonstop. And, I'll still do that one with 1984 and a lot of albums, just listen to it over and over and over again. Yeah. But then, like I said, after that, and then seeing Live Without a Net, when that came out and watching that was just it. Like, yeah, this is the band.
Yeah, yeah. So how did you? I mean, obviously, if you bought 1984 brand new, then you were all in for that classic lineup. What happened when 1985 rolled around and Roth left? How did you feel?
I was more about the guitar, so you got the argument both ways, and I look at it like this. Everybody likes pizza. Van Halen's a pizza.
What kind of pizza?
Sorry about that. Exactly.
Oh, no, it's okay.
So some people like their pizza with pepperoni and only pepperoni. Some people like it with sausage and only sausage. I can have it with pepperoni and sausage. I don't care. It's a pizza. So same thing with Van Halen. I don't care. As long as it's Eddie playing, I don't care who's singing.
Right on. I have to kind of agree with you there.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about Edward.
And definitely. I must admit that I really liked the tone and the musicality of when Sammy was singing, the progression of the band, the songwriting and so forth. Mm-hmm. I kind of favored that. But, I said earlier, Fair Warning is my favorite album. Just that grit and that, just raw guitar that it has on that album, that does it. For me, that album is probably my favorite.
Mm-hmm. So much so, you put that graphic on a guitar that you own.
I did. I wish I had it. I'm getting new frets put on it. So I don't have it here tonight to show it off. But yeah, it's got the Fair Warning graphic painted on it. Yeah.
So that's how we know you, from the chat, from these shows the past several months or maybe year. I don't know how long have you been watching these shows?
Probably the past 3 months or so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my avatar. I can type something here.
There you go. Yeah.
And my avatar there in the chat, you see that guitar.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that avatar in the chat, and you've texted at that phone number down there. You've texted in photos of that guitar. So
yeah.
We've seen it.
Actually, that is the second one that I had made. The first one was a prototype. It was an old Kramer Focus body, and I wanted to put it together. So I'm buddies with my guitar painter, and I said, hey, let's paint this one up. I'm going to order a neck. So I got a neck. This was years ago from actually Kyle at Dive Bomb. It was a maple neck, and put it together, and I just didn't really like the way that it sounded. So I sold it to a guy. So there's another one floating around here in Atlanta somewhere. And he sent a picture into Van Halen News Desk. So that original prototype guitar actually got featured on Van Halen News Desk years ago.
Cool.
So if you do some research on Van Halen News Desk, you'll find that guitar or the prototype. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Let's see. You guys in the chat, you guys are awesome. Matt's Tube of You, Fair Warning is the one. Yeah. I saw a comment here I need to reply to. Hey, is that you, man? David Ennis? David Ennis, man, I'm going to call you tomorrow, okay? I've got some driving I have to do in the afternoon. Should I say anything on here, or should it be a surprise tomorrow? I usually do a show Sunday nights. Called the Guitar ASMR Show. I will not be here tomorrow night. I'll actually be in San Francisco tomorrow night. Somebody texted me saying they're going to be in town. They wanted to meet up. A lot of you guys know. Actually, it's a previous guest on the show, on the channel here. So I'm going to keep it a surprise. I'm not going to say anything, but I'll be live at some point tomorrow night with the previous guest on the channel here, and we'll be hanging out. So tune in for that tomorrow at some point tomorrow evening. I don't know what time, but keep it right here on the channel. You guys know the drill. But hey, David Ennis, dude, I'm going to call you tomorrow. So probably Probably sometime afternoon for me. Sometime afternoon. So anyway, David Ennis, great to see you, man. Long time viewer of this channel and these shows. Wow.
So you asked me about the Sammy David thing. Should we start a war in the chat? Who's everybody's favorite? Putting me on the spot like that. Let me shift that over to everybody else.
Let's actually do that. Let's start a poll.
There you go.
Normally this would totally go out of control, but our audience here, it's been very positive here, and it's been very awesome. So
so far,
yeah, you never know. Let's actually put that in the chat here, if I can spell. The thing is, my keyboard is losing like all the. I can't see. Where's the O usually? I can't see it.
Right next to the P.
That's what I thought. Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay.
You should make the poll sausage or pepperoni. And then you can put pineapple on there too for Gary Sharon.
Let's see. Roth, Hagar. I'll put Sharon on there. I'll put Gary because I don't know. I can't even spell. Okay, Roth, Hagar, Gary. Okay, here we go. Ask your community. There we go. All right, so there's the ultimate poll in the chat for you guys. We're gonna have some fun. But yeah, so what happened? So you bought 84, huge fan.
Mm-hmm.
When Roth left, I'm assuming you probably went and bought his albums as well.
I did. Yep, I think Eat 'Em and Smile was the first one that I got. And actually bought it on vinyl. I remember putting that on and playing it. My dad had bought the new, the Sony console stereo system. That thing sounded great. There's nothing like vinyl. I recently went and got a record player myself and bought all the Van Halen vinyl that I could. I still haven't been able to find the Sammy era stuff.
Well, on Tuesdays we give that stuff away. I have them.
Yeah,
I have them. So every Tuesday, if I can even find that card,
just got to come and say hello for your chance, huh?
We give away Van Halen vinyl.
Sweet.
So join us on Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, for your chance to win some Van Halen vinyl. It could be one of those there. It could be a Hagar one. Officially, I never had Van Halen 3 on vinyl. Never had it. I don't even know if it even officially came out on vinyl. Yeah, I never saw it. And if it did, I would have had it and I would have seen it. But who knows? Maybe it did, and I just didn't see it.
Yeah, but I loved what I was hearing in 1984, and man, I was so into that. And I was a little bummed, to hear that Roth left. I was like, what are they going to do? And again, my brother, he showed me the video of Sammy Hagar playing I Can't Drive 55, I think. He says, this is the dude that's coming to Van Halen. And I'm like, okay. So when I bought the 5150 album and I put it into the CD, put it into the CD player, and I think it's good enough. The first one, hello, baby. I'm like, okay. Guitar kicks in. I'm like, all right, we're rocking again. Let's go.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
But like I said, Live Without a Net was always just my favorite tone. 5150, the guitar tone on there. OU812, a little thicker with the detune, and I just love that. So that's just always been what I've been chasing, is that kind of tone.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Young says he definitely agrees. What part? Oh, just about the let's go, let's rock, carry on.
Oh man. Yeah, for me the Hagar era, I mean that's my era. I mean
Yeah.
even though I saw, the Hoffer Teacher Panama jump videos, I thought they were funny. But I wasn't a fan of the band yet. It wasn't until the Back to the Future with that riff in it.
Mm-hmm.
The Back to the Future. Well, technically it's the Wildlife, but when that riff, when I've heard that, I'm like, oh man, this is awesome. And then 5150 had just come out, so I remember going to Target, and they actually had side by side Eat 'em and Smile on one display, 5150 like right next to each other.
Yep.
And again, I knew who Roth was because of those videos. Again, thought they were funny, but I'm like, Eddie Van Halen. I mean, there's no other.
Well, I definitely liked the Roth tunes, but I didn't like it as much as I did when he was with Van Halen. I definitely liked the Van Halen with Sammy better than anything that Roth had done. Like I said, to me, it's just Eddie's guitar. That's just it. Steve Vai was fantastic, but it just wasn't the same. So yeah, it's always just been about Eddie.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Right, Tim? Tim says, I still have the Wildlife movie on Laserdisc and the soundtrack on vinyl. Right on, man.
Those laser discs, those are about, what, 3 feet wide? Weren't they huge?
They were about a regular album, maybe, or a
that size?
What's the bigger album? There was 45. Was it 78?
Mm-hmm.
Was it 70? 30. There's 33. I think it's 78. There was like vinyl that was slightly bigger and more. It's like the original vinyl from way back in the day, and that stuff was like really brittle. Yeah, I think laser discs. Nobody clipped that.
You been drinking tonight, Johnny?
No. Well, Waterloo's.
Maybe that's what you need.
Yeah. Actually, I have the Star Wars trilogy on laser discs.
Okay.
I bought them when those movies came back out into the theaters in '97, and R2, go ahead and clip that and share that on Twitter, and I'll retweet you. Hey, Michelle.
That's funny that you mentioned Star Wars because that's another thing that I'm really big into.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, give me just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. He's gonna go get his Wookiee. Man. You guys, look at that setup. Look at this guy's been watching us for like months now, and look at this setup. This is pretty cool. Oh no! Oh my gosh! Here comes the Yoda.
So as you can tell, that's another thing I'm a big fan of.
Right on, man.
Got the cool guitars and the cool lightsaber.
Well, we can talk Star Wars and Van Halen tonight, man. I mean, they go together,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's all part of your youth, part of mine anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, man. Laser discs. What was I gonna say? Oh, anyway, yeah, the Wildlife on Laserdisc. That would be awesome to see, man. Have you seen that movie? Do you know that one?
The Wildlife.
Mm-hmm.
The name is really familiar. I probably have. I don't remember it.
Yeah, well, the Back to the Future Darth Vader scene with that Eddie Van Halen riff.
Right. Yeah.
That's originally taken from another film called The Wildlife.
Okay. Yeah.
That whole riff is actually in this other movie. Edwards scored a film a year before, and I guess Universal owns both, and so that's why they were able to use it for Back to the Future. But it was originally done for this movie called The Wildlife. It wasn't originally done for Back to the Future.
Isn't there like a little tune called Donut?
Donut City. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That's from The Wildlife.
That's probably where I've heard that Wildlife from.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was the movie?
Awesome,
What was the movie
awesome
about?
It's basically about this group of high school kids. Actually, one of them, I guess, just graduated, but he was, let me see, but he was still hanging out. Let me think, still hanging out with some of them, or anyway, it's about a guy that basically moves out of his house and moves into his own apartment, and he's got this crazy friend that moves in with him, and they end up trashing the place, and he has this younger brother who's like really into like the military, and basically, and the guy, and it's funny, it has all these ties that go back to the Future, which would be released the next year.
Interesting.
Okay, because the main star of the movie is this guy named Eric Stoltz, and you might know him from this movie called Mask.
This is all bringing back. I think that I
played the guy in
it.
Mask.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's the main star of that movie of Wildlife, and his girlfriend, actually not, was it his girlfriend? Maybe it wasn't, and then it kind of was played by Leah Thompson.
Okay.
Who we know
in Back to the Future, yeah.
Who played Marty McFly's mom in Back to the Future. Eric Stoltz was the original Marty McFly for Back to the Future.
Interesting.
They filmed like most of the movie with him, but then when they were watching the dailies back and realized he's really not that funny. He doesn't have what we need for this movie. So they replaced him with Michael J. Fox. And Michael J. Fox, they redid like a whole bunch of the movie. But actually, there actually is a scene with Eric Stoltz in the movie still, and it's in Back to the Future. It's a scene where we're in the 50s, and Biff punches out. He goes to punch Marty, or Marty punches Biff, I guess.
Okay.
In the soda shop, and then takes off on the skateboard.
Mm-hmm.
The back of Marty, that's actually Eric Stoltz.
Okay.
They kept that. But anyway, back to the Wildlife. Edward Van Halen scored that entire film. So if you watch that movie, like on this guy's Laserdisc that he has, if he puts that in, all the music, all the instrumental music in there is all Edward. And it's it's a lot of songs that, not all of them, but a lot of them you would recognize that were turned into songs later on.
Oh yeah.
On the albums.
Looks like R2 R3 asked in the chat if this was a Steinberger. So.
Oh, the big reveal. And that's the real deal, huh?
That is the real deal. This guitar was put together and restored by the same person that did Eddie's.
Oh man, that's
minus,
awesome, man.
Minus the striping. Mm-hmm. I have this whole cover, top piece here. Mm-hmm. It comes off, so all the electronics come with it. So I have the original faceplate for it. It's actually loaded with humbuckers and the tone and volume control, and I can just swap them out. So I didn't want to diminish the originality of this guitar. This is a 1986, I want to say, GL2T. And I had the faceplate painted up and new full electronics in it, so I could just quick swap. And this was something that, like I said, Live Without a Net. I mean, had that lasting impression on me. Mm-hmm. And I just had to have one. And for my 50th birthday, I got it for myself. So happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday to me.
Yeah, for sure. Summer Nights, which I just posted on my YouTube channel. I did a cover of it. And that was just like always one of my favorite songs. I wanted to learn how to play it. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I got to have this special guitar to play it. So I never really could play it properly. Now I can play it properly. So yeah, wow. Everybody check that out. Let me know what you think.
There it is, right
obviously, I'm no Edward Van Halen, but I do my best. So hope everybody enjoys that.
Right on. Right on, man. Let's everybody open up a new window. Let's see if I can do that. I'm trying.
And then when you come back, refresh your browser.
That's right. That's right. Refresh your browser. Wait, does that link even work? For some reason, it's not. Let me see. I got to go back to this. Yeah, everybody refresh your browsers anyway. It's about that time.
Yeah.
We like to refresh browsers around here. Okay, let me know if that link works in the chat. For some reason, for me, it's not opening. Does that open for anybody else? The Summer Nights cover, Steinberger link. Maybe it's not.
There you go. I can put an actual. There we go. That looks that looks the same, yeah.
If you click on it, it opens? Yeah, for me, it's not opening.
Yeah. It works off of your link as well. It opened right up for me.
Okay. All right, cool. There it is. Okay. There we go. All right, it's got 55 views. Let's see if we can get that up to like at least 100 views. And he's got 79 subscribers. So subscribe to OU812.
Cool. Thank you.
Our friend here.
Yeah, I just I had gotten back on and just like, I'm just going to start putting some stuff on YouTube and see what happens. I had done stuff years ago, and I think you had actually commented on like my 5150 guitar video from like 12 years ago. So you've been my fan. No.
It's glad I'm yeah. No, that's true, man.
But I had a video from way back then where I did a test of this original 5153 that you see back behind me. When it first came out, not a lot of people were doing stuff on YouTube then as far as, gear reviews and that kind of thing. And I posted a video of that, just playing some sounds through it. And I think I got 37,000 views or something on that. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Unlike the famous Johnny Beane here with 1 million views on every video that you've got. But yeah, I thought it was cool just to put some stuff up and just kind of share some things. But yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, can you play the guitar a little bit? Can we hear?
Sure. What do you want to hear?
Do you know that Back to the Future riff?
I do not. I don't. Sorry. But yeah, so the Stein
I think it was actually done on a Steinberger.
Really? Well, if
I did a video for it years ago. I did a video lesson where I used a slide, which it still works. It still works with the slide, but let's see if I can tell you. It goes let's see. I'll tell you the notes. A, G, A sharp. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, well, no, wait. My music theory, it's not kicking in. E.
Well,
E, G. How does it go, you guys? Actually, let me grab. I've got the Music Yo version of yours. Right here.
Can you guys hear that guitar? Okay.
Here, actually, I'll show it. I'll show you, and you can play it.
We got a little ASMR sneak peek.
Yeah. Well, except I won't be here tomorrow, so yeah, this is it for tomorrow's show. Although no, tomorrow's gonna be awesome. We're actually gonna be hanging out with a special guest, so you guys got to tune in tomorrow. All right, so I'm gonna play it here, and you're gonna watch me, and you can play it.
All right.
Yeah, so it's E.
Okay.
So it's basically, and we're probably tuned different, but so it's E, G, A.
Okay.
And then wait. What? How does it go? Let me see.
Lessons from Johnny Beane.
That's it. Okay, so it's E, G, A, E, G, and then
Okay.
There you go. And then D, G, A. Can you remember that?
No. Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This actually sounds like the MTV news theme all of a sudden. Which Eddie actually did. Eddie didn't play there actually is footage of Eddie playing that. Remember the MTV news theme? Where it goes boom, boom, boom.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie actually did play that on a Music Man for a segment. He didn't play the actual theme for MTV, but he actually played it on a video one time. I'll find it might be on my Instagram,
that's cool
somewhere. But yeah, this is basically the riff. Now I've got the little kickstand here. Well, dang it. I'm trying to. You can hear me though, right?
Yep.
Listen how good I sound. I can just mime you, and I like sound awesome, man.
That's too much. I'll have to look up the lick and work on it for you, Johnny.
I did a video. You can actually look at my video. Let me find it real quickly. I'll put it in the chat, and you can learn it. Let's see. I call it the Darth Vader.
While you're doing that, I'll show everybody what the Trans-Trem does. You recognize these sounds from the licks that you hear. So let's see. Probably hear my pick more than anything. Let me turn this off.
Wow.
Everybody recognizes that transposing there. I always wonder, it's like, how does he do that? How does he do that kind of weird thing? And now I know. There's no other way you can duplicate that sound. You can get close to doing other kind of strange stuff, but stuff he played on the Steinberger, you just can't do it without it.
Do you want to explain to people how that works?
If I knew how it worked, I would be happy to. But now this, I thought that when I got this bridge, it would have some kind of weird, complicated springs on each string, and no, I think it's just the claw that it goes into. Whenever you move the tremolo, it releases the string tension per string a certain amount by the amount of angle that it has on the string, because some of them go into different types of claws. And I don't know how they did it, but it's the most ingenious thing I've ever seen, and it's just freaking awesome.
Wow, man.
Cece says his Steinberger doesn't sound like that. Well, I can tell you how to make it sound like that. Pretty much. For sure. What kind of Steinberger does Cece have? Oh, that's right. You've got the Music Yo one. I remember you showing that one the other day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's like what I have there, which it's not.
Yeah,
it's like it's I said. Yeah.
I thought that Yeah, I thought this was going to be some kind of crazy spring mechanisms, and maybe it is. I haven't taken the thing apart, but I don't know. I don't know. I just know it's awesome.
Wow. Yeah, I'm actually I found a bunch of Trans-Trem. Oh, here's a really good photo. Here, let's share this. Here's a really good photo of a good close up of the Trans-Trem bridge. Dude, I've always wanted to play one of these. I actually had my chance years ago. A friend of mine had one. He let me play it, but I didn't even think about using the actual Trans-Trem on it. I just played it like a regular guitar for a few minutes, and that was it.
Yeah, that one's looking pretty rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see how how the ball end goes down into those little claws, and they're at different angles and different depths. And yeah, I'm not sure. Now the little screws that you see there, that's for fine tuning. When you drop the guitar, the setup process for it is pretty cool. You lock it in place and you tune it to E, and you'll pull up you'll pull up one step, and you'll use the fine tuners on the back to make sure that you're in tune there. And then once you do that, you drop it 2 steps, and then you use those little fine tuner screws to tune those strings pitch. And then you have to do that process. It's usually, every time I change strings, it's usually anywhere from 4 to 5 times. You have to do that back and forth. So it's a little tedious when you set it up, but once it's set and the strings are all stretched, yeah, it's gravy. It's perfect.
Wow. And then let's say you break a string.
Like I did last night watching your show.
So if you snap a string, then does the guitar completely go out of tune like a floating bridge would?
It does, but if you're in the middle of the song, if you're playing live or something, you can lock it into place. So then the other strings will be in tune at 0 when you have it locked in.
Cool. Hey, Dwight. That's awesome, man. Dude, I think a lot of us guitar players, especially Eddie Van Halen, Hagar era guitar playing fans, this is like a dream guitar to most of us. I think.
And it always was for me too. And unfortunately, the gentleman that I purchased from, he recently passed away. He was a plethora of knowledge. Don Greenwald, with Headless USA is who I contacted to get this guitar. Headless USA is supposed to stay in business, so other people that want to get a vintage Steinberger like this can. But that was a bit of a loss. He passed away just recently, just last week, I think. But he was Jeff Babbitt's the gentleman that did the guitar for Eddie and did this one as well. They worked together, I guess. So he would send him any of his Steinbergers to Jeff to take care of and restore. And like I said, Headless USA, if anybody's looking for one, you can probably find one there.
Yeah. Let's actually show. Let's show a few years. Well, how many years ago was that? Jeff had restored Edward's one of his Steinbergers, because Edward had at least a couple of them that we know of, but I'm sure he had more. But
he also had all the Wolfgangs that he put the Steinberger Trans-Trem on. I don't know how many people realize that he did that, but when I saw him with I think it was 98, was it 98 with Sharon, and they had Fire in the Hole, he played that on a white PV Wolfgang special that had the Trans-Trem put on it. So I'm sure he had several guitars with the capability of the Trans-Trem.
Sherman Callahan, good to see you, man.
There it is.
Channel member.
Now, if you'll notice something slightly different, if you look at the bridge, you see those 3 little holes on the top cover plate. Eddie's guitar had the original version 1 Trans-Trem, and I believe it was converted to version 2, so that's why that one looks a little bit different from what mine looks like. I tried to find one that had that same trim on it, but I couldn't find it. So that's literally the only difference between that guitar and this one.
Wow.
Yeah,
and
I think
that's the restored
mm-hmm.
version.
Mm-hmm.
The restored one. Hey, Facebook user, who is that? Let us know in the chat who you are, because when you guys watch on Facebook in some of the groups, Facebook actually doesn't show like the name or the avatar. So if you're watching us on Facebook, say hello. We'd love to see you. Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry, I'm clicking. I'm trying to find who that is. Let's see. Yeah, so this photo we're looking at here, this is this is when it was restored. I guess when it was fixed up.
I believe so.
But there's another photo. I'll find it. There's another picture of the guitar when the guy got it.
Oh yeah, actually, it's got duct tape on it, and yeah. Is that the picture you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is, actually, back in the day. Back when it was brand new. That may be Jeff actually holding the guitar.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So that's the guitar when it was brand new, right there, the 5150.
Mm-hmm.
The 5150 Steinberger, that is.
Yeah, he had an OU812 Steinberger as well. That was a 12-string.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but we never saw that one.
Yeah, never saw it.
We never saw him play it. We just saw it in like the Guitar Man book. So this is cool though, man, because this is total Eddie, man. You know, the guy gets the guitar in to fix up, and it has totally different pickups in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because Edward's always changing stuff around, and we're just gonna look at those and think, I wonder what those. We would assume that possibly Wolfgang pickups. You know, possibly.
Yeah, no telling.
You know. But that's so cool. I would think for some of you replica dudes that are like totally crazy about having his guitars, I'm sure build a guitar that looks like that. You know, build a Steinberger that has the tape around it, those pickups.
It just sits on the floor in the corner. You can't play it. It costs you $8,000 to make it, but you know, it's a piece of art.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that these are a composite guitar too. The neck and the body are all one piece, and it's made out of some kind of fiberglass composite. I don't know, but then it's just got the top plate that screws down. So it's a hollow guitar, and acoustically it. Has a very distinct tone to it acoustically. But when you amplify it, man, it's got this certain growl to it that maybe it's just the EMG pickups, but I don't know. No other guitar has sounded like this guitar to me.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Dude. Yeah, and there's nothing else like it. There's nothing else like that with the Trans-Trem, being able to bend those chords like that. It's I mean it is kind of like a slide. I mean that's why I was able to use, you know, a slide when I did the guitar lesson. But I mean there's nothing like it. And I can only like imagine what else, you know, what other songs he used that on, possibly in the vault. You know, just stuff that's just crazy.
So what all songs do we know of? It was Summer Nights and Get Up on 5150. And then we didn't really hear it again until was it the best of both? No, the greatest hits, was it? Where they came out with Me Wise Magic.
Me Wise Magic.
And what's the other one?
On the greatest hits, or you mean later on?
No, it was Me Wise Magic, and then we had like Fire in the Hole and stuff with Sharon era. What other Steinberger tunes did he have?
We had Pleasure Dome.
Okay.
That's the Steinberger, if you listen to it. And also a lot of the stuff from the Wildlife was the Steinberger as well.
Steinberger. Okay. I didn't even realize that Pleasure Dome was Steinberger. That's cool.
And there may be some more. G. Butchnoff might know. G. Butchnoff, what other songs were there? Hey, Gino.
Looks like he's found an 85 Steinberger Trans-Trem guitar on reverb for $10,000.
Is that all? I'll take 2 of them.
Wow. You know what they say? Everything is for sale if the price is right.
Would you sell that for $10,000 right now?
I would not. Sorry.
Oh.
I would not.
$11,000?
I wouldn't sell it.
$50,000?
I wouldn't sell it for $20,000. I mean, if somebody offered me a stupid amount for it, maybe, but I don't know. It's just so hard to replace this. So, no, this guitar is not going anywhere.
Man. Hopefully someday I'll get to play one and get to mess around with one. That's something I've been wanting to do for a lot of years. Just to be able to, man.
If you ever make it to Hotlanta, come and play through the rig, and you can play the Steinberger.
Oh, that would be, dude. Can I sleep on your floor too?
Yeah, I'll clear you out a spot here and have to move some guitars out of the way.
Right on. We're going to Hotlanta, everybody.
Let's go.
Let's go right now. Oh, that'd be great. So, speaking of clearing out guitars, like, what else do you have? What other guitars?
Well, I've got quite a few, actually. I've got a 5150 replica that I've got. I've got a Friedman T model. Got a Stratocaster over there, 5150 style guitar. You know, the latest EVH 5150s, the Purple Days. Let's see. I got a Bumblebee there. I've got 2 Wolfgang Specials, Frankie, and then the black and white right there. My 2 USA Wolfgangs are in front of the amp right there. The white one is a signature, and the black one is actually the first year that they came out with the USA Stealth. So I grabbed that. Those are my USA guitars there.
Oh, nice, man.
And yeah, that's it. There's only like 12 of them. And then, of course, the Fair Warning Kramer that I've got. So there's a few. There's definitely a few. Want to see any of them?
Sure.
Which one's caught you? Which one's caught the attention of anybody?
What's the 5150?
Let me grab it.
Is that one? Did you make that?
The replica? That's one that I put together. I bought the parts and put it together, and my buddy painted it up for me. So let me take this one off, and I'll grab that.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I'll turn a little more lights on so we can see.
Awesome. And hey, you guys, we got the poll, Roth or Hagar. 50% Hagar, 45% Roth, 4% Gary. Right on. Man, this guy has some cool guitars. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up. And by the way, if you're watching this on Twitter, or if you're not, Follow me on Twitter, at Johnny Beane. Send me some tweets. Janice sent a tweet earlier. Send me some tweets from Twitter. Let me know if you're watching from the Twitter feed and tweeting from that. Let me know. Janice, can you let me know how that works? Check out the video on Twitter if you can, Janice, and let me know if you can actually tweet at me from that video. That'd be very helpful. Thank you.
All right. So there's the 5150 replica. Wow.
Are you sure that's a replica? That looks like the real thing.
It's pretty close, isn't it? I don't know if this is Robbie approved, but there's the output jack. I think he says it's supposed to be down here a little bit.
Robbie just threw his phone out the window.
Yeah, he's looking for the wood chipper.
Oh, dude, that looks nice. That's a nice looking banana, if I can say that.
Mm-hmm. Nothing like a good banana, huh? It's got the all the burns on it and the star, and then of course the star down there in the pocket.
Yeah. Thank you, Janice.
Nice and grimy on the neck. I about wore the frets out on this one, so I probably need to get it refretted. But yeah, there's mine. Wow. And I'm not one of those that everything has to be the exact little nick and cut that, that's on the original. Some guys really, really geek out about it. I just wanted something that looked close. But I know Robbie will approve this. This is actually tape.
Yeah.
That black gaffer tape or whatever.
Wow, that looks awesome.
Thank you.
That was one of the best ones I've seen, man, and I've probably seen them all.
I appreciate it.
That looked amazing.
And it sounds amazing. It's one of my favorite sounding.
Awesome. Let me ask you, what's your favorite Eddie Van Halen guitar of all time out of all his guitars? And actually, we'll do a poll here. But black and white, red, black and white, Frankie, 5150, Wolfgang, the Steinberger.
Well, for me, obviously, it's these two, the 5150 and the Steinberger. Like I said, it all goes back to that Live Without a Net. Just as a kid, just the impression that all that had on me. So that's kind of the guitar. I knew that, seeing the Jump video or whatever, that there was the Frankenstrat, but everything that I really knew from that point on was the 5150 guitar. And I was sad to see him stop playing that guitar. We'll put it that way. So that one in the Steinberger. Which pickup on the 5150? This is I think it's a Seymour Duncan 78. It's funny that you asked that question because a lot of times, you'll read articles where people would ask, Eddie, what kind of pickup is in that? I don't know. I don't remember. And it's kind of the same thing now. I was like, I don't know. I don't really remember. But I think it was an EVH 78 Duncan that I put in there.
That's cool. Gino says the 5150 guitar for me. I'm with you, Gino, man.
Yeah, me too.
I love that 5150 guitar. I love it. That's like the greatest guitar ever to me. And Gino. There we go. There's a poll in the chat. Favorite EVH guitar. I know there's several others, but those are just a few I could think of off the top of my head. The black and white, the the red, black and white, the 5150. Which technically, you could almost, I could see as like a casual fan, you could put the Frankenstein and the 5150 in this as the same category as guitar because there's the same colors.
Yeah,
so you could do that.
Yeah, a lot of casual fans don't even know there was a difference.
No.
A lot of friends have seen these that weren't Van Halen fans. They're like, why do you have two guitars that look the same? I'm like, they're not the same. They're not the same.
And why are you in my house?
Yeah, get out.
Get out and get to work. While you're playing the Steinberger.
My EVH, Frankie.
Oh, right on. I've got one of those.
Yeah. It's actually a really, really, really good guitar. I had to play a couple of them to find one that I really liked. But yeah, these are actually really, really good guitars for the money. Might need a new microphone now.
Uh-oh. Yeah, those are awesome. I like them. And I keep saying it. The EVH Stripe Series guitars, they're getting better and better, man. Did you play the new one?
Which new one?
The black and white Stripe Series. Have you played that yet?
That one I have not.
The 78?
No, with the standard trim. No, I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that, I'm a fan, but I'm not that big of a fan to have that guitar.
It's like, I'm a Van Halen fan, but I'm not crazy.
I'm crazy with some stuff, but just something about that trim doesn't appeal to me, if it doesn't stay in tune. There's a setup video that Chris Ellis did.
Chip Ellis.
Chip Ellis.
Chip Ellis. He's actually a good friend of mine.
Is he?
Yes.
And he goes through the process. He goes through the process of showing how to set that guitar up, and I'm like, no, thank you. That's just too much.
Oh, but you got to set up that Trans-Trem 3 times when you snap a string.
No, but that only takes like 5 minutes. So that process looked like a whole afternoon kind of thing. Here's one of the specials that I've got, Wolfgang specials. It's a quilt top.
Oh, wow. That's a really nice top on that one.
Yeah, I looked into this one. I went into local guitar center, and I wasn't looking to buy a guitar. I was just browsing around.
Wait, that's a special?
That's a Wolfgang special. Yep.
Not the standard?
Nope, that's a special.
Oh, dude, I haven't seen one of those.
Really? That's the charcoal burst.
I haven't. No, unless I go to the NAMM show and they have them at NAMM, I see them there. But a lot of times, like I'll go to the Guitar Center and that's one of the reasons why I'm always stopping by Guitar Center, you guys. That's
never know what you're gonna find. Yeah,
is to see if I can run into like one of the guitars I haven't seen yet.
Yep. So I said, hey, you got any Wolfgangs here? And he goes, we just got one. It's still in the box. I said, well, go get it. Let me look at it. So I opened the box, pulled it out, and I saw this top. And I sat down with it and I strummed it once. I was like, yep, okay, I'll take it. Because the top was just absolutely beautiful on it.
Oh, that is, man. Look at that.
It's got the carved top, so yeah, it's special.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't seen one of those. Or maybe I have, but I haven't. It would have been at the NAMM show, and it's like it's insanity.
So I like that one quite a bit, so I had to get the chlorine burst as well.
Oh, dude. Oh my gosh. And look at that top. Oh, hang on a second.
You need a moment?
I just had a moment. Look at that, you guys. That's incredible. This guy has some guitars, man.
Got a couple of them.
Dang. And not just that, he's got the amps back there. He's got the sound.
You want to talk about that for a minute?
Sure. Look at that. That's like when you get up in the morning, the first thing, do you come downstairs and just turn all that on?
Oh yeah. You come down and you just look at it. Yeah. What was that sound effect that you just did a minute ago? Yeah. Every morning. Let me move this strap out of the way. So let's talk about the live without a net tone a little bit.
Oh, right. By the way, let me ask you a question really quickly. Did somebody tweet me? By the way, you guys, follow me on Twitter. I want to keep pushing that. Follow me on Twitter. I think somebody tweeted me earlier, and if I go to Twitter, I can actually look and see who it was. Somebody sent me a tweet, and actually, let me just do that, because if they're watching this, you got to be professional. Let's see, tweets and replies. Where was it? It was earlier today. Somebody asked me. Wow, there's a lot of tweets in here. Let's see, tune in. Oh, by the way, Jim DeCola is going to be here on Friday. Jim DeCola from Gibson, but you guys will know he helped develop the PV Wolfgang, the OG Wolfgang, Jim DeCola. So he'll be here this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Okay, I don't see where that tweet was. I think it was a tweet. Anyway, somebody had asked me about let me ask you. The wireless system that Edward used for the 5150 tour, where he's wearing that belt pack.
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to know what that was?
I want to say it was something made by Sony. I don't know why I say that, but I had done some research at one time trying to figure it out, and I think it was something that Sony had made. I could be wrong. I don't know exactly.
But it's cool.
Of course it was cool.
EVH5150 on Twitter. Oh, Red. Somebody tweeted me. Is that your tattoo? He's got a 5150 guitar or it's a drawing. Well, we've got some tweets to show you guys. Oh, we got a bunch of tweets. You guys are awesome. Thank you for tweeting. Okay, so there you go. If you're watching, the one that asked me earlier about the I said I would try to find out. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it is either. The wireless that he used. I can. What am I kidding? I can actually find out right away. I can actually ask somebody that I know that would know. Crap.
Yeah, we got questions about the rack coming through, so we'll get to that in just a second, guys.
Oh.
I'm gonna turn up the lights. I'm gonna turn up the lights so Robbie can see. Okay.
Look at that. So what are we looking at?
Okay. Well, the camera is focusing on that guitar, so let me.
Yeah, just throw that out of the way.
Yeah, just throw that on the ground. No, it looks like it's grabbing the table. We'll put that back. All right, so the rack over there, 2 power conditioners up top. There's a Lexicon PC M70 right underneath that, and I use that only for splitting the signal into stereo and for cathedral delay.
Oh, right on.
Right underneath that is the Eventide Eclipse. It's kind of the modern H3000. Sounds really, really close. And I use it for the micro pitch, which is the detune effect that he does. And it's a -9, +9 cent on each side. So you get that widening. It's that chorus kind of effect. It's described as like a steel chorus. But it fattens up that tone for that live without a net and, balance and all that era tone. And then underneath that are 2 SDE 3000 delays, which are the same delays that Eddie used to the day that he passed. For the live without a net tone, and, the unlawful carnal knowledge and all that. It's my strong opinion that the delay setting is 250 on one side and 500 on the other. For the tour, the Roth tour, for when they were touring the last tour, there's a write-up that shows that the delays were 398 and 798, which he may have been using for the early Van Halen tunes. But I think for the Sammy era, those are set to 250 and 500. And then underneath that is the Rain 26 mixer that he used. Actually, he used that for the stereo setup and Live Without a Net. But I use it for the convenience of it. I'm running wet, dry, wet. So the middle cabinet that you see there is just dry tone.
Yeah, let's see that. By the way, I got to grab something else to drink. I'll be right back. But, tell us more about your setup there. That's awesome.
So the middle cabinet and the head, the 100-watt stealth head is what I'm using right now. These are just sitting there for the looks of it. But the middle cabinet is completely dry. And then off of that cabinet, I take a speaker tap and run it over to feed the effects. And then, like I said, that splits off into stereo. And then it goes through all of the effects that you saw, all the rack units. And then it goes to a power amp, which then splits it, left and right to the two cabinets on the outside that you see there. And obviously you see the microphones on the cabinets. Those are mic'd up with SM57s, and it comes over to my mixer, which then feeds it into the computer, which is how you're hearing it tonight. Well, thank you. So while Johnny's away, I'll grab a guitar and play through. How about this one?
That's a cool guitar, man. By the way, let me show this. Well, wait, I know you're showing something here. Check this out, you guys. Somebody just tweeted me, and again, send me a tweet. Tweet at me at Twitter at Johnny Beane. Check this out. I can't even pronounce your name. Red Barchetta 2112 about 57 minutes ago sent in a photo that he drew. He says when he was 14. Check out this photo.
That's a Rush reference, Red Barchetta.
Oh, okay. I'm a huge Rush fan, by the way. Look at that. Look at that.
Very cool. Very
that
cool.
Is right on. That's our favorite guitar right there. Oh, no, I guess that's them at 14. Like, most of us looked like that back then. That could have been you, huh? Years ago. The guitar, Van Halen's shirt, the posters. Look at all that.
Getting into it.
Right on. So it's Red Barchetta?
Red Barchetta, I think is how you pronounce it.
Red Barchetta 2112. Thank you. Sending these on Twitter at Johnny Beane. Send me a tweet.
I think that was a car. A song about a car. Red Barchetta, something like that.
Oh. Cool. Cool. Janice, thank you again for commenting. And hey, Van Halen lyrics, I see you.
So the Live Without a Net tone. See if anybody recognizes this. If I can play it correctly. That Live Without a Net close? Is that anywhere near?
Yeah, it's got the tone, man. We can hear it. I mean, I mean, the StreamYard kind of squashes it after like so many seconds, so it starts to like compress, like a gate, something, a limiter, some sort of something.
Yeah.
Jumps in there and grabs it, but for a little bit, you can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Oops, it's in drop D. I don't think that was in drop D.
No. The jazz version, it is.
Right. Close enough, right?
That sounds great, man. Spot on, Mike Olson is saying. The tone.
That's the sound that I've been chasing for years, and I've gotten pretty close, I think.
Right on. Sherman says, keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going, man. Sherman. All you guys here. All you guys. Ryan here, otherwise known as OU812, his YouTube channel. He actually has videos where he's playing his guitars. I think he's actually running through OBS or something, so it actually sounds way better than it sounds here.
Yeah, for sure.
So
OBS is how I recorded that for sure.
Yeah. So check him out. I can't even talk. Exclamation point Summer will give you his Summer Nights video that he dropped today.
Yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Tell me where I messed up, where I need to improve, what I need to polish and work on. Yeah. It's funny, sometimes you get comments and people are like, yeah, man, it sounds really great. And then you get this one person that's like, oh, you messed up right here when you, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's from Alan Garber.
Oh, is that?
Alan, are you watching? Do you know Alan?
No.
You know him? He actually had was it a transcription of a song actually featured in like Guitar World magazine that actually he did.
Nice.
Of a Van Halen, might have been from Eruption or something. Right,
cool.
Alan? Alan, are you watching us? Are you lurking? Yeah, Alan's an awesome dude. He's been on the channel here for years, every once in a while, but usually a lot of times, you'll see him in the comments. Like, that's it's actually like this. But.
Right. Hey, if it sounds good, it is good, right?
That's right. I agree with that. Wow.
Look at there. An hour and a half has flown by, Johnny.
I told you, like the first hour, what happened? I feel like we just got on here and all of a sudden
just got started.
It's like 32. Yeah. But yeah, we'll go for a little while longer because I know you're East Coast. And
I'm good. I took a nap before I got on, so I'm good to go.
Right on.
I might look like I'm old and need to go to bed, but no, I'm good.
I might look like I should have been in bed by 3:30 this afternoon, but nope. What? Janice is saying, where at? What? Where at what? Let's see. So when did you first start playing then? I know you got into Van Halen. You said 83.
Mm-hmm. I was got my first guitar when I had to be 14. And it was a Strat copy made by Gibson. It was an Epiphone Strat. So that's the most backwards thing to do, right?
But it had that headstock.
It did.
Right?
It did.
Sorry, Robbie. It had like Gibson Epiphone's version. It was an Epiphone, right?
It was.
And it had like a banana-ish headstock on it.
It did. It did.
Kind of. I remember those. I remember those guitars. Hey,
yeah.
Ollie. Hey, Laz.
It played like crap. Every time I touched a tremolo, it would go out of tune. I'm trying to do these big dive bombs like Eddie, and I'm like, and then go back and like, I was like, what the hell? Yeah, it wouldn't stay in tune for anything. So I played around on that. I'm trying to remember what my next guitar was. I think I traded that in, and I got some kind of Peavey guitar, of course, because they're were the other inexpensive guitar. And I got it because it had like some splatter paint on it. I can't remember. Was it a Peavey Predator or something like that? I don't remember. But I thought it was cool because it had the splatter paint on it. And then the same thing, the trim on it was really, really bad. Yep, that was it.
That's the Epiphones version.
Yep, for sure. Yep.
I remember those.
So it was a Peavey Tracer, I think is what that was called, that I had gotten.
Right.
And then, so many guitars I've gone through. I can't really remember, but
how many Kramers did you own back in the day?
Always wanted one, just never could afford one. So that's why I was getting the cheapies. My first real nice guitar was when the Music Man had come out, but I couldn't afford the Music Man, so I got like a Jackson Soloist Pro, I think. It's like a neck through. And I bought that, played that for a while. And then after that, I was like, okay, I'm going to get a Wolfgang. So I got an early, probably early, mid, late, I don't know. Sometime in the 90s, it was a red flame top Wolfgang. And then I got a Wolfgang Gold Special. And those were my two nicest guitars. And then, like a dummy, different hobbies that I was doing, I sold those to get into motorcycles. And then,
oh no,
yeah. So the two motorcycles were sold in order to fund the Steinberger there. So I got my priorities straight, later on in life.
There you go.
Yep. So, but yeah, I always, because of that early struggle that I had with the tremolo going out of tune every time you touch it. The Floyd Rose, and that's what Eddie, used. So most every guitar that I have has a Floyd Rose on it, with the exception of with the Friedman guitar. These are really, really awesome guitars. If anybody has wondered about the quality of a Friedman.
Cool. Is that purple?
It is purple. Yep. Really, really nice playing. It's actually probably one of my favorite necks.
Oh, wow.
Really nice. Friedman makes some good stuff.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Laz. Look at everybody. Laz is here, and he has a wrench. So, everybody, be careful. What else?
So what else we got? Anybody have questions in the chat about any of that stuff?
Yeah, let's see some questions. And actually, I said I would give away a few guitar picks tonight, so we should probably we'll give away one right now. Oh, I just dropped another one. All right, we're giving away one pick tonight. Oh wait, here it is. Okay, wait, there's this one. And then where'd that other one go? Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay. All right, I got them. I got all three. We're giving away 3 of these. We'll spin 3 times. So let's do one of those. James G is saying you should keep your motorcycles and your guitars.
Yeah, my body doesn't agree with that.
Oh.
I used to race them, so broken collarbones and dislocated stuff, and abrasions and all that. My body said, no, it's time to get rid of these.
Oh no.
It's fun time though. Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. All right. You guys, you know the drill. All you gotta do is just say something in the chat, even if you haven't said anything. Does that make sense?
So does it qualify if I type exclamation summer?
Sure. I think that qualifies.
Okay.
Time to lose. That's right, Robbie. Rye the Sign Guy. Okay, we're seeing some new names in here. 59 entries. Okay, we're gonna spin 3 times. Let's go ahead and yeah, we'll do them. We'll do them all right now. Let me just get my notes out so I can put the winners down. Okay. All right. So if you see your name pop up on the screen, you got to text that phone number below, and you got to say, "Hey, Johnny, this is so and so, and I won, and here's the address where to send." Hey, Cheech. Jeff Davidson.
Where's Chong?
Where's Chong at? Okay. All right, here we go. The first winner of a EVH Frankenstein guitar pick tonight is Stephen Franklin.
Congrats.
Stephen Franklin, EVH red, black, white guitar pick. Okay, there we go. Stephen Franklin, you know the drill. Just text that phone number. I will send that out probably Monday. All right, here's another one. Zach Thong, guitar pick.
Who is it has the long-standing losing streak? Is that Dan of New Jersey? Is that who I'm remembering?
I'm not sure. Somebody.
Oh, yeah, he's in the chat. 0 from 0 for 2. I'm rooting for you, Dan. I'm rooting for you, Dan.
Okay, Zach Thong, red, black, and white guitar pick. Okay, here we go. Last one. How do you do this?
Oh, he was so close.
Ian Taylor. Or Ian Taylor. Red, black, and white guitar pick. There we go. Stephen Franklin, Zach Thong, and Ian Taylor. Whoops. Dan of New Jersey, your losing streak is intact. That's right. There you go. You guys, text that phone number below. I will send those out Monday. And I'm blurry. There we go. So we just did some giveaways. Very cool, huh?
That's awesome that you do that stuff, Johnny. I don't know that there's any other place that I've seen doing anything like that, especially that old vinyl. I mean, that stuff has got to be, collectible, right?
It must. It is. And we give it away every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, we give away Van Halen vinyl. So you got, dudes, show up. Show up on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, to get some, your chance to get some Van Halen vinyl. I've got boxes full of the stuff. I was a huge Van Halen collector in the late 80s, all through the 90s. And I'm sorry I'm blurry. I need to find something to... Usually, I gotta get a new camera. There's a new Elgato camera I gotta somehow get.
The Facecam Pro.
The Facecam Pro. You know exactly what I'm talking about, man. Dang.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I watched the video of who was his name? Harris Geller. What's his name? I don't know. He's a YouTube reviewer. And I watched his review of it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I heard about it because I follow Elgato. Well, I use the Stream Deck.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about that. We were talking about that earlier today in the Discord. Yeah. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of Elgato stuff, and yeah, that new cam looks amazing. I'm not this won't go back into. It won't. Let's see. Usually, I hold up a white piece of paper for years. Actually, for a lot of years, I had a Gary Kramer. What do you call it? Cup coaster. Gary Kramer guitars that I got actually at Gary Kramer's place. This is a little pop thing that I just happen to have sitting here.
Oh my goodness, it looks like something
Vegas. Yeah. You know what this is? It does look like that. This has been in my wallet for 20 years. Well, it worked. Look at that. It literally worked. Okay. That does look like that. That's funny. Oh, I know what that is, dude. Dude, do you watch that every day?
Not every day, no. You know what I've enjoyed watching is the reaction videos on YouTube where people watch the guitar solo for the first time. You know, people that have never heard about Van Halen or whatever, and they watch his solo, you know, and just hearing their comments from it. And it's like a lot of people notice the same thing that I said earlier, just the absolute joy that you see just radiating from him when he's playing. You know, it's so contagious, I guess. People feel that just from watching that and hearing that music. And that's why I've loved Van Halen for so long, is that, you know, that just that love for that music, the feeling that it gets, and it's just, you know, it's just awesome.
It is, man. Yeah, when I was a kid, man, watching Live Without a Net, I'd watch it every day after school, every day before school, all days, weekends.
Yep. Oh, the VHS tape that I had, yeah, it's wore out. You know,
yeah.
I had to throw that in the trash quite a while ago. That's why I've got the DVD. You know, before the days of YouTube, when you could just pull it up and watch anything that you wanted, you had to have, you know, go and buy a DVD.
I have that, but now I don't have a DVD player anymore, so I can't even watch that.
Actually, my DVD player is right here. A little external drive on my computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to do that then, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how, you know, that technology just kind of goes away, you know. Your movies, you just download them straight to the TV now. You stream it straight in, and you know, even music, just buying it online. But I'm still old school with that too. You know, any music that I buy, I go out and I buy the CD for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. For the most part. Well, I mean, do I still do iTunes? I don't even know. What do I even do? I don't even know. Yeah, I do CDs.
Very cool, Donald. Yeah, I put it in and watch it every now and again. The Right Here Right Now, that's upstairs. That one, you know, that one's cool, but Live Without a Net's my favorite. Anytime that I'm kind of in a guitar slump, I'll put either of those in and I'll just watch, and immediately it puts me into, okay, I want to pick up a guitar and play. You know, it gets you in, it gets the juices flowing and makes you want to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes even just picking up the 5150 guitar is like, okay, this is inspiring. You know, it just makes you want to play.
I'm with you though, as far as Live Without a Net, watching them play. That's one of the things. And actually, it's funny, man, because you got the GL2T. Every time I would watch Live Without a Net, I mean, I love the 5150 guitar, but when maybe they extra zoomed in when he was playing, maybe because the guitar is so small, the Steinberger, they did a lot of zoom ins, for when he was for the Summer Nights and Get Up, and he did the extended solo and stuff, and he's just playing that guitar like on Summer Nights, just nonstop, and it just looks so easy what he was doing. But which I know I probably couldn't do most of that,
Yeah.
Well, I could fake it. I could fake a lot of that, but he just really looked like, I mean, obviously having a great time, but it just made it look so easy playing that guitar and just all that. But I specifically remember him playing the Steinberger on Live Without a Net.
Yeah. It always seemed like he would specifically kind of get into a zone, like we were saying, and just kind of get into that trance-like zone, and just stuff just starts coming out. So some of those extended solos and, his main solo in that Live Without a Net is like, you could really feel, that he had that flowing through.
Ah, that main solo, man. Yeah, I watched that. I watched the whole thing. Something you could do back in the day. Maybe not now. Well, maybe we'll try it sometime. You could actually pause that video anywhere, and I could tell you the song.
Thank you, Donald. Appreciate that.
Donald. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right on. Yeah.
So you could tell by each individual frame where it was, huh?
Yeah, I could tell you. These days, I really haven't watched it in a long time. I mean, all the way through, but if I really tried hard, maybe I could now. But back when I was a kid watching that every day, you could pause it anywhere, I'd put it in. Yeah, I could tell you just on the frame what song it was. I'd watch that so much.
Yeah.
That video. And then when Right Here, Right Now came out, I had heard it on the radio first because Sammy Hagar did a Live from Cabo radio feed where he played live with the band. It wasn't Van Halen, but they actually played tracks which were, I guess, roughly mixed by Edward and Alex.
Okay.
So there actually are, if you find, it was a radio show, but there is a bootleg out there, like a CD bootleg. If you find it, and if it seems like Right Here, Right Now, it's not, but it is, but it's not. It's like the rough versions of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you listen to it, there's actually like the mixes are slightly different.
Yeah.
They're very raw. So I had heard that back in the summer of '92 is when originally that was played on the radio. And then of course it came out, officially as the Right Here, Right Now, the double CD, the double cassette, the VHS. And I bought that the day it came out, cranked that nonstop. And then like a year later, somehow I was ordering, was it what's her name? I had somehow connected with somebody that was a huge Van Halen collector, and they were like selling all their stuff off.
Oh, wow.
And they had actually gone to 5150 back in 1987 and got to hang out with the band, actually.
Cool.
They actually got to hang out. I should probably try to find them, actually.
Nothing like the Lost Weekend, though, just hanging out.
It wasn't the Lost Weekend. It wasn't that. Which, by the way, thank you for that. Let me throw that into there. You guys watch a recent episode of Exclusively Van Halen with the Lost Weekend winner Kurt Jeffries. He was on with us a little while ago, and there's the link in the chat to check out that video. Yeah, it wasn't Lost Weekend, but I don't know. I would actually probably hang out with Van Halen at their studio rather than
I think so too. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because you get more, you get to really, like hang out at home or whatever. But anyway, I had purchased a VHS from them. This was in 1994. And it was basically, it was a private satellite feed that went out to store retailers. Okay. And it was the band live from 5150.
Oh, wow.
And you guys have all seen the part where they perform, where they play "Won't Get Fooled Again" and "Dreams." You guys have all seen that. But there's actually there's way more of that video of them walking around the studio, talking, answering questions. And I had that whole thing on video way back in the day. Anyway.
You know where that video can be found? Because I've seen the recordings. Actually, I tried to learn that Who song off of what he was doing there. I've got kind of the intro down, but do you know where to find the rest of that stuff that you're talking about? I haven't seen that.
I have it on VHS. I haven't seen it either. I mean, maybe. What? Somebody has to pee on the floor?
What?
Well, I know, but just wait 10 more minutes. Okay. I have it. If I can get the thing is, I have so much stuff on VHS and on vinyl. Like I said, I was a huge memorabilia collector for Van Halen for a lot of years, so I have a lot of like audio. I've got a whole box of cassettes of interviews, radio interviews. I have one where Eddie actually does an interview in Dutch.
Oh, wow.
From like 92, where he's actually talking in Dutch. It's a radio interview. I've got all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I do have that entire 5150 live feed. It was actually done for retailers. So people were watching via satellite, like from their stores. And so it's Van Halen at 5150 answering questions via satellite. Like people are calling in, but they're retailers. This wasn't a public thing.
Oh, wow.
So it's retailers calling. It's like a guy. It's like, hey, this is Bill. I'm at, store blah, blah, blah in Atlanta. And Van Halen's like, hey, and they're joking around with them and stuff, sitting there on the couch. And then basically they go from there. They go walking. Actually, the video starts with Alex and Sammy walking outside 5150, and they actually get to the door, and Eddie won't let them in. He's like, we already got some. They're like joking around. Maybe you've seen that.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. Yeah. It wasn't the whole thing, but I've seen little pieces of that. Okay.
That's the very beginning. That's the very beginning. And then it goes from them in the studio, and then they walk around, and then they go to like these suits, like these other guys, where they talk about right here, right now, and they're talking to the retailers. Like, hey, it's going to, like they have the posters. They're like, oh, it comes in a digipack, has the graphics. Like they're explaining all this to basically the guys trying to sell the album, basically. Like, I don't know if they did this with everything, but yeah, it was a private thing, and I don't know how it got out. I got a copy of it years ago. So, and everybody has seen the part of them performing "Won't Get Fooled Again" and "Dreams." That's what that was from. If you guys are wondering, that was from this entire other video. But yeah, the middle section of the video are these like suit guys, and they're like explaining, oh, the CD, it comes in the digipack, and it has the graphics of the band members. Like they're explaining all this, and then they go from there to Andy Johns, who produced the album. To Andy Johns, where they walk into 5150, and Andy Johns is sitting there at the board, and they're like, oh, we're going to play now. And they go in, they play those songs, and then there's even more. After they play those songs, they did a contest to fly one of their viewers to the very first show for the tour, which was in Munich, Germany in '93.
Wow.
So they actually have like a box where they pick a name. And so after they're done playing, they actually they pick a name out of a box, and then that's where the video ends. That's where it's done. But
gotcha.
But yeah, it's like an hour-long video.
That's cool to see some of that, unseen stuff. A comment from Holly Lewis: Van Halen music makes me feel young again. Me too. As you can see, I need that. But I'm sure you've seen the. Was it from 85 or so where Eddie's playing and he's working out the Amsterdam tune? Yeah,
it's 87.
Is it 87?
I have to correct you. No.
It's fine. I'm not as as proficient in all my Van Halen history as you are, so I defer to your wise.
I was embarrassed for a lot of years to do any of that, but when the past couple years, it's like it's got to be done.
Yeah.
So
no, but
I admit.
Seeing stuff like that, I mean, it's cool, because you're not going to get any more of it. Some of this stuff that's, hidden and uncovered, and man, it would be so awesome just to be able to go in and have access to all those tapes that you see on the wall when he did that studio, tour or whatever it was. You just wonder if any of that will ever be sorted through and we get anything like that.
That reminds me. There is news that Sammy Hagar, you probably saw this. Sammy did an interview recently, and somebody asked him if there was any unreleased Van Halen songs, and Sammy had remembered that there was a song called like "Between Us Two" or something.
Yep.
And he said it was kind of like a can't stop loving you type of tune, but a little faster or something. And I think one of the things I saw on the internet, I don't know if it was true, somebody had said it was possibly recorded during the sessions for Twister.
Okay.
For the Twister soundtrack.
That's what I had heard as well, yep.
That's what you heard? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I do remember there were some other songs recorded during 0812 that never came out, and during Carnal Knowledge, there were like titles that were like floating around that they would mention, but you never heard them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, but Sammy was saying how he thinks that song will eventually come out because it was done. It's in the vault. It's probably easier to find.
Mm-hmm.
So Sammy was saying that's something that we'll probably hear at some point. And yeah, to hear this stuff, man.
Yeah,
it's
certainly would look forward to that for sure.
Yeah.
That was something that, when their albums would come out, I would listen to it again. And then a few months later, I'm like, okay, where's the next one? Always waiting for that next, always wanting more,
Well, if we were back in 78 through 84, it would have been literally a year or probably less than you would think, like a casual fan would pick up an album and then all of a sudden there's a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Because they release records every year up until,
Yep.
well, really up until 86.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, same here, man. When 0812, I just happened to stumble across 0812 at a mall. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow, there's a new one. Mm-hmm. Bought it. I actually had to go out and buy a CD player. I bought it on cassette and CD and vinyl. I got all three because I had a record player. I mostly listened to it on vinyl, actually, which is weird.
Mm-hmm. That's actually the first CD that I ever purchased was OU812.
Same here.
Yep.
I bought 0812 and it had that extra track on it, and I had to go out and buy a CD player so I could listen to it.
Mm-hmm. The sacrifices that we make to listen to Van Halen.
Yeah. And then, when Carnal Knowledge came out, that was the first time I was like really like ready for the media, and like I knew like, okay, a record's coming out. Okay, there's going to be magazines out there. I got to buy those. There's going to be a concert. I got to get the tickets. There's going to be this and that T-shirts. I got to save up to buy one of everything at the show.
Mm-hmm.
Which I did for those the first few Van Halen shows I ever went to, on the first few tours I ever went to. I bought one of everything, memorabilia wise, at the stand.
Nice. What's the best? What's the best show you ever saw with Van Halen?
Well, I mean, the best show.
Now here I am interviewing you.
Yeah. The first show I saw was 0812, November 5th, 1988.
Okay.
It wasn't Monsters of Rock. They did a separate 0812 tour in the wintertime of 88. That was the first show I ever saw. Couldn't believe it because I had already seen Live Without a Net 100 times.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew what to expect. But I remember buying the tour book, looking through the tour book before the show started. Lights go down. There they are. I had, what are these called?
The binoculars with you?
Binoculars?
Yeah.
Binoculars the entire time on Edward.
Mm-hmm.
The entire time. He's playing the 5150 guitar. I remember him throwing cigarettes over, like down, like there was a pit. There's the, there's the audience. Let's see. Let's go this way. There's the audience. There was a pit here with guards, guys standing there. And then there's the band up here. I remember him throwing cigarettes down into the thing. Here's a few things that I remember from that show. I remember the very end of the show. Well, let me keep going. I remember them playing Summer Nights. Because I remember Sammy saying, "Oh, it's cold out," because it was snowing. There was snow outside.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, it's cold outside, but we're going to be hot in here." I remember Edward playing Spanish Fly, because we had seen the guitar solo in Live Without Net a billion times.
Right.
So, but I remember watching Edward during the guitar solo for that show, and I remember him playing Spanish Fly and stuff, just stuff a little different, and being like, wow. I mean, the entire show was just unbelievable. And the thing is, when I met Edward, I actually took that concert ticket with me for him to sign when I met him. But after I met him and talked to him, I didn't bother getting his autograph, because I'm like, he's just a regular dude. So we took some selfies together. We took some pictures. We joked. He gave me a fist bump to the chest and everything. And I'm like, he's a regular guy. I didn't even bother having him sign my ticket.
Right.
Which now it's like, yeah, I should have.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah. Kid me would have been like, holy crap.
I unfortunately never got to see them until 91. I saw them. This was when a band,
that was still a long time ago.
it was, yeah. But I wanted to see them in 84, but it's kind of one of those parents won't let you do kind of thing. So I got to see.
I mean, this guy went to that show and look what happened to him.
Right? Have you seen this guy lately? Nobody's seen him. Nobody knows what's happened to him.
He was never the same after that show.
But I saw a band open for them. It was a little known band called Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
And that was just the absolute most phenomenal concert that has my microphone been off, or
what? We haven't heard you for like an hour.
Oh, no, okay.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
That was the most phenomenal concert that I've ever seen. Alice in Chains opened up, and that's the only time I've ever been to a concert where I'm like, holy crap, who is this band?
You saw them 91? Wait a minute. Did you see them? You saw them in Atlanta, Georgia?
No, I saw them in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Oh, because if you saw them, because you're saying Georgia, if you saw them in Atlanta, Georgia, that would have been the first show. The very first show of that tour was Atlanta, Georgia, Lakewood Amphitheater, because MTV covered it. There's a whole. You can actually watch the entire show, the entire MTV feed on YouTube. It's actually there.
I remember seeing that. Yeah. I specifically remember that concert like it was yesterday, man. Edward comes out and he's wearing this green shirt. He's got a full beard, which I thought was cool because you never saw him like that, in videos and whatnot. Yeah. And it was general admission at that time. So you got to the show, and wherever you ended up, that's where you were. So I always knew that he was on, right-hand side of the stage when you would go. So I would get over to the right-hand side of the stage, and I was pressed up against the front, barricade. I was probably second person back. So it was just right here. That was the loudest concert that I've ever been into because, all of his speakers are up there, I guess. And I remember I had a hat, and it was like it wasn't a derby hat, but it was, anyway, it's a hat that I was wearing. I took it off and I threw it up on stage. Sammy comes over and he picks up my hat and he goes and puts it on Edward's head. And I'm like, whoa.
Oh, wow.
So he plays with that hat on for, I guess 30 seconds or so. And he takes and he flips it back into the audience. I'm like, damn it. Should have got my own hat back.
Oh, yeah. Somebody grabbed it, huh?
Somebody else grabbed it, but it was cool. So me and Edward have worn the same hat.
Oh, that's amazing, man.
So yeah, that was the best concert that I've ever been to. So I got to see them,
Wow.
several times since then, but that was the first time I got to see them.
Dang, man.
And I remember as well, he played the yin yang guitar at that concert. Not a lot of people know about that guitar.
Right. That's cool. He played it for the encore.
He played it for Judgment Day. He played
Really?
Judgment Day on it. Yep. They skipped Run Around because what was the guitar? He had like a baritone guitar that he played. Spanked. Spanked was the one. Thank you for correcting me with your Van Halen knowledge.
Yeah, that's they took that song out of the set here and there because he had to use a chord for he used a wireless, and it the delay with the wireless got really bad, so they used a cord. Then eventually the cord became too much of a problem so they just scrapped the song altogether during the tour.
I remember thinking, well, what happened to that song? They took it out. That was Run Around that they played after that song, I think. So I remember they played Run Around, and then he, like I said, he played Judgment Day with that yin yang guitar, with his full beard.
Eddie Van Halen Yin Yang Music Man guitar. Somebody here is saying they want to see it. Let's see.
I actually painted an OLP MM1 guitar like that, and I put a Floyd on it, and made like a replica of it. I've since sold it like an idiot. Anytime I'm never selling another guitar, but I want to do another one of those. I want to make another yin yang. I want to do it with a real Ernie ball this time, though. Only problem is you don't want to cover up the nice flame or quilt top if you get one.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. That's
it right
exactly
there.
what he was wearing at that concert, other than he had a full beard.
So there's the guitar. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bootleg of him playing this guitar at the end, like for Top of the World. He used that guitar, I remember. There's a bootleg that I had years ago.
I think that the yin yang actually belonged to, is it Matt Bruck? I think it was his guitar, and he would just borrow it from time to time.
Oh, man, that's cool.
So look there. First time a lot of people are seeing that. So tonight was a success.
Yes. By the way, really quickly, I know we're over 2 hours. You asked me what my favorite show was. 0812. I mean, they were all awesome.
Mm-hmm.
There was something very special about the Right Here, Right Now shows. It was summer, Van Halen outside, huge VH on the. There was something really cool. I saw them 3 times on Right Here, Right Now.
Mm-hmm.
So something very cool about that. Balance, I saw them twice on Balance. Carnal Knowledge, I saw them twice. I asked Billy Sheehan to get me backstage passes, but he said he couldn't. for 92, for the 92 tour.
So you knew him back then? Or knew
I
of
didn't
him?
know. I didn't know him. I'd met him.
Gotcha.
I had met him, and the very first thing I asked him is like, "Can you get me backstage at Van Halen? They'll be here next month." And he's like, "Sorry." He's like, "That's." I remember him saying specifically, "It's a different organization."
Right.
Can't.
Well, I know he's your best friend that couldn't remember your name the other night when he was doing your promo.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I gotta laugh. I gotta laugh out of that.
There's the video right there, and we'll play that. We'll play that at the end of this. We'll play that.
Yeah.
One. But I have to say the greatest show was 2015. I saw them twice. I saw them Concord, California, and Shoreline Amphitheater. Concord, California. I was like 10 rows back in 2015 on Edward's side. I spent the entire show just saying OMG.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd met him the year before, and everything. So, it was kind of different. Kind of like, he's a regular guy, but he's Eddie Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
But to see him, my whole life, I'd never seen him play that close up.
Right.
Actually play.
Yep.
So when I saw him then do that, 2015, it was I was like, wow.
Yeah, cool stuff.
Unbelievable.
Yep. Such a loss. You know, you ever think, where does all that talent just go? You know, does it come back to the universe where it's just gone? You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. But I do know, I think we're out of time. I told you 2 hours.
2 hours has flown by.
And I everybody, for some reason, everybody I do the shows with, they're on the East Coast. And I always feel bad because for me, it's only 10. Well, okay, it's getting late for me too. But Ryan, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Hanging out with us, man.
Thank you for letting me come and just share my stuff.
You got it, man. And yeah, come back. Come back, man. Anytime. I mean, you know where we are. You know what we do here.
Yeah.
So, everybody, again, Ryan, check out his YouTube channel. Here it is in the chat.
Give him a double dose.
Give him a subscribe. There we go. Give him a subscribe. There he is.
Yep. Come check it out. Let me know what you think.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, point out all my mistakes to me. Let me know what I need to polish up on. It's all fun. You know, I just enjoy playing the music. All this stuff back here, you know, I used to play in bands and whatnot, but you know, I don't now. I just love coming down here, especially cranking this up, you know, when the wife is gone and standing over on the other side of the room and feeling the air hit you in the face. It's just,
man,
it's just freaking phenomenal. So I just do it for the smile that it puts on my face every time I play Edward licks. So
amazing.
Thank you, Holly.
Amazing. You guys,
appreciate it, Donald.
You guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. Channel members, thank you for your continued support for this channel and these shows. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. Again, I'm not doing the Sunday night ASMR show because I'm going to be in San Francisco tomorrow night. We'll have a special guest I'll be hanging out with. Somebody that's been on the show previously. They texted me today saying, hey, Johnny, I'm going to be in town. Do you want to hang out? So we're going to go hang out. So I'll go live at some point tomorrow evening from San Francisco and with a special guest. And we'll have a great time. What else? I don't know. Ryan, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on. I enjoyed it. Hopefully everybody else enjoyed it too.
Yeah, I think so. Smash that thumbs up. And Ryan, if you want to still hang out, I'll be over on the Discord.
All right, sounds good.
All right, you guys, thank you so much. Don't forget, follow me on Twitter. We're live on Twitter. We have a great time. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Johnny Beane TV. We'll play the Billy Sheehan for you guys. All right, bye-bye. Hey, this is Billy Sheehan. You're watching Johnny Beane TV.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Hola, amigos. This is your bass player, Billy Sheehan. You're watching me right here on my dear friend, John. It went away.
Oh, no.
Johnny Beane. I can. We do radio IDs all the time, but if it's not written down, even if the guy is standing right there, it's a weird mental problem.
You said we're dear friends, but then you couldn't remember my name.
Dear friend, what's it?
Who is that?
No, it's a weird thing. Whenever we do radio IDs or TV things, if it's not written down, you're lost. It's hilarious. But Johnny Beane, come on, here we go. Let's do take two. I'll get it this time. I swear to God.
All right, ready.
All right. Hola, amigos. This is Billy Sheehan, your bass player, here with my dear friend Johnny Beane. I never forget this guy. He's been so wonderful for me. Let me do take three. Sorry.